qualified for the last 2 years running on grosvenorcasinos.com from the 25p spin up last year. Finished 44th for £1,500. I'm in it again now this year for 25p.
You've got to be optimistic that anything can happen, but like, just keep your eye on the prize.
Nice cheap buy and anyone can afford it, really friendly tables, great opportunity, really recommend anyone who's thinking of giving it a go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the champion of the Goliath 2017, Elliot Maurice. Please join us in 2018 because it is going to be spectacular.
Qualified for the last 2 years running on grosvenorcasinos.com from the 25p spin up last year. Finished 44th for £1,500. I'm in it again now this year for 25p.
You've got to be optimistic that anything can happen, but like, just keep your eye on the prize.
Nice cheap buy and anyone can afford it, really friendly tables, great opportunity, really recommend anyone who's thinking of giving it a go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the champion of the Goliath 2017, Elliot Maurice. Please join us in 2018 because it is going to be spectacular.
Qualified for the last 2 years running on grosvenorcasinos.com from the 25p spin up last year. Finished 44th for £1,500. I'm in it again now this year for 25p.
You've got to be optimistic that anything can happen, but like, just keep your eye on the prize.
cheap buy and anyone can afford it. Really friendly tables, great opportunity. Really recommend anyone who's thinking of giving it a go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the champion of the Goliath 2017, Elliot Maurice. Please join us in 2018 because it is going to be spectacular.
Qualified for the last 2 years running on grosvenorcasinos.com from the 25p spin up last year. Finished 44th for £1,500. I'm in it again now this year for 25p.
You've got to be optimistic, like anything can happen, but like just keep your eye on the prize.
Nice cheap buy and anyone can afford it. Really friendly tables, great opportunity. Really recommend anyone who's thinking of giving it a go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the champion of the Goliath 2017, Elliot Maurice. Please join us in 2018 because it is going to be spectacular.
Qualified for the last 2 years running on grosvenorcasinos.com from the 25p spin up last year. Finished 44th for £1,500. I'm in it again now this year for 25p.
You've got to be optimistic, like anything can happen, but like just keep your eye on the prize.
Nice cheap buy and anyone can afford it. Really friendly tables, great opportunity. Really recommend anyone who's thinking of giving it a go.
There's all the players in Goliath main event, so you can retake your seats. There's just over 3 minutes remaining on the break. That's all the players in the Goliath main event. Please retake your seats.
Zero to hero, my friend. You will get a new hero in 1 minute, so that will be.
So back with you, level number 13 of the day. There are 354 players left.
Second final ball for the players in the Goliath main event. Please take your seats.
354 players left. All the players at the top end of the card room that you can see that's normally quiet is the Joker's Wild comp. There's over 300 runners. You can see?
You got a jack. Yeah. I thought it was Queen Jack suited. Definitely, I've seen the jacket suited.
One. Yep.
Oh, we can look now, can't we?
Fucking hell.
Oh, dream's over. That was for a big pot, wasn't it? I was going to keep going on.
The streamer is out. The streamer is out. So here we go. Seat 1, Kyle Griffin. Seat 2, Lee Brooks. 3, Ben Lloyd. Matthew Morgan in 4, Daniel Purvis. I think that says. Martin. You can say it if you want to.
I've played a bit of cash with them before.
Alright. Martin Comer in 6. Nick with no surname. Is that Nick Falone? No, it's not Nick Falone. Marco Lanny and Joseph Stiles. They're the players. The dream is over for the streamer. Another free roll gone. Gets his chips.
He spits them off.
Gets bored. Gets them in. Out.
That's the key, gets bored.
So the last session, the last 4 levels. Everybody, F5, have a refresh. I better type it in chat box. No, then we're getting him in. He just decided that was it. I've had enough. I need to go and see somebody. I'm out. We've had to pause the recording on YouTube, so please F5 everybody. F5 if you haven't. Pictures will come back on. Michael, that's about exactly what he thought. Evening, Dino. Good evening. Whatever you've been doing, I hope you had a good day. Sixes for Nick in seat 7 raises to 5.5. All in announced and table on there. We have a call. Ace Queen against sixes. Lee is all in. Lee Brooks for his final 8,000 total. The Queen hits, but the six of clubs has a flush draw. Boom, for 2 pair. Oh, the six of clubs plays. And out goes the ace queen. Unlucky Lee. 2 pair, but loses to a flush. Charles Eels types. How many levels is there on Saturday? Can I have a consonant, please, Carol? A vowel, please. You're not texting. You're not texting when you're only allowed so many letters before it charges you for 2. None of that anymore. We play 16 levels on Saturday. So the queen turns to, base queen turns to a pair and he gives the other guy the flush. Lost one. 16 levels we play on Saturday, which will take you to level 32. I think everybody's guessing around the 60 mark coming back for day 3. What time will tell. Oh, you have to buy vowels, yeah, that's true. What's the Towers treble for the footy? We will be doing that Saturday morning. Towers treble for the footy. Proper football is back this weekend.
Where's Alan Hancock? Alan Hancock, I have some news. I have some good news, and I have some really, really, really bad news. The bad news is that the tower has eaten the bounty. The bounty
True story.
is empty. It is actually
It's a true story.
and it has been eaten. But you can have my last muffin instead. Is that alright? There you go. You can have my muffin. Sorry about that.
Do you think, after all this time, do you think that Essa thinks you are James Sims. Or has he had too much Finnish Guinness?
What, you think that's why he's calling me Simsy and James?
Yeah.
He thinks I'm James Sims?
Yeah.
It all makes sense now. No, he doesn't, Esha.
No. Do you think that the guy sat to my right, say hello, Jay,
Hi, Esha. Well, hello, Jay.
is James Sims? Is that why you've been calling him Simsy
For the past 6 months.
for the past 6 months? Do you think the guy to my right is James Sims? Because on every stream we pronounce and we announce, good morning, Jay. How you doing, Jay? The Tower and Jay Harwood are in the commentary box. This could get interesting.
It'll make a lot of sense.
So anyway, are you moonlighting? The guy to my right is Jay Harwood, and always has been. James Sims. James Sims is a cash player from London who we know plays the GUKPTs.
That's why I might have got confused, because I'm pretty much the same.
Yes. Rotherham United. Rotherham United, my team. Who do you support? M90? How do we say M90 TTE? I'm trying to work it out. Rotherham United, my team. Just gone back up to the Championship after one league in year one. We had 4 years in the Championship. Then we got relegated and we got promoted via the playoffs last year. Towers treble will be up Saturday morning. And I'll be tweeting the treble as well. Dave Collins is in the chat box as well. He does very well. He really does very well on the football bets. Oh, he's a Coventry City fan. How many are you expecting on Saturday? I said 15,000.
I'll have the unders.
Really? You think?
Yeah. I'm not really a lower league football attendant.
We've noticed.
That's not really my football area of expertise, but I'll have the unders on 15,000.
Are there any pros left in? No.
Yeah, I've seen him play a few GUKPTs as well. Anthony Gardner, the old Spurs centre back.
All the pros tonight are playing the Jokers Wild, and nobody has made day two.
Well, a few are out of the Jokers Wild.
Are they?
Will's out.
Wilkerson's out.
Technically, she's not a pro. She's one of the other bad teams.
It's Matt E, and that's his number plate. I like it. I like it. Lord Trapper says overs on 15,000. Do you won't remember, because you don't look at anything but prima donna football.
Okay.
But Coventry City got kicked out of the Ricoh Arena and they went to play at Northampton Town, I think it was. Don't correct me if I'm wrong. When they eventually came back, after sorting out the rent problems, whatever, the first game back in League One, there was 18,000 people.
It's a good turnout for a League One game. That's huge.
Yeah, it is huge.
It's more than Rotherham brought to the playoff final.
You remember that?
Yeah. Once I hotel, I don't usually forget.
No. Nice one, Matt. I said 15,000 on Saturday for the first game back at League One. Scunthorpe United will probably fetch about 500. Won't be many more. Can we see how Elliot Prentice is doing, please? If we can find where he sat, we'll get Jay
a little run.
On a little run. Dave, can you find out where Elliot Prentice is sat, please? In fact, if anybody wants a chip count, type it in. You've got 30 seconds.
Yep.
And Jail found them all.
Take my little notepad and pen.
Absolutely, that's what it's for. Can you tell me how many chips Mr. G has got?
Mr. G?
Yeah. Is that what? Is anyone in the commentary team playing this year? No. No. If we were on about the Jokers Wild, there were Will Kassouf, Katie Swift, Joe Beavers, Jeff Kimber, Andy Hills, and the online team.
What about Elliot Prentice? Oh, he's still there, sorry.
Race 5,000. Re-raise 16,500.
Right, so we've got Roger Maguire, Elliot Prentice, Alex Preston, and Mr. G.
And I'm off.
And he's off. He will get them all. He will get them all. Ace King against King Queen, pre-flop. 3 bets to 16,000 with the Ace King. Back in the old day, back when the table was first manufactured, the little square, and it still happens now when this could get interesting. Come back to it in a minute. Nicholas has got top pair, top kicker. Martin has just turned 2 pair. Which is a 3, which now counterfeits. Sorry, the King Queen has taken the Ace King, the Kings and 3s. So Martin moves all in after an initial check from, in fact, Nick that's moved all in seat 7. Now then, can we find a call? Martin Colmer in seat number 6.
Players introducing Jokers Wild. Once you finish the hand you're on, the tournament is on 15 minutes.
He's really got to work out whether he's got a 3 in his hand. And he's 3-betting with any kind of 3 in his hand. Does he really have kings? Does he really have queens? Has he got 5s? Tell you in a minute, Busby. Tell you in a minute why. Martin, can he find the call? Nick, 3-bet to 16.5 pre-flop. Does he really have a 3? He could put him on kings. Yeah, definitely repping the flush as well. That's probably the more likely hand. Queen of clubs, 5 of clubs, and then the 3 completes the flush. He is more likely to have combos of clubs. Yeah. Actually, thought it was the 5 of spades. I think that's why he overlooked the flush. It's the old eyeballs. It is his tournament life. It's a fold. He repped the flush. And he shows the ace king. The king queen now realises that he would have won the hand because he showed the ace king.
How quick was that?
That was pretty impressive.
Do you know why it was so quick? Every single name's busted.
Oh. Every single name's busted. The reason the dealer puts the cards into the square, because when the table is on automatic mode, as in we don't have an action tracker, whereas for big tournaments we do have an action tracker. If the table's in automatic mode, the dealer puts the cards in the square to fold the cards from all the action, and then it moves on to the player with live cards. That's the only reason. It's not to stop any form of cheating. It's literally just to fold the hand. So when the table's in automatic mode, it folds in turn, so you can still follow the action. Whereas a tournament like this, a GUKPT or anything like that, we have a live action tracker who inputs all the action. We'll get Steve Deal and Stephen White on our next trip. If you don't want any more, just let us know. And obviously sometimes a lot of the dealers in a competition like this don't deal on a regular basis because a lot of them don't do the GKPTs. That they still realise that the cards are to be mucked in the square. They're doing the job correctly, actually. Neil Wolfrey's bust. Unlucky Neil.
Unlucky Neil.
I think Emma was still in the last time I saw. I'm not too sure if she's still in now. Good luck if she is.
At least you got your £30 Loddon Finks ticket, Neil.
Well,
from earlier in the week.
That's very important considering.
Spin that up to a GUKPT seat and there you are. So blind on blind here, Marco shoving the Jack Deuce, Joseph with Ace 3 in the big. Playing 12-24 now, so maybe a bit on the loose side of Jack Deuce, but blind on blind against a sort of random range. You only got to get through one opponent as well. If he wants to take that aggressive line, perfectly fine.
Yeah, Michael McDonald. Good question. How do we know everyone's cards? Are they chipped in some way so they can read by the table? That's exactly correct.
Little chip in them, isn't there?
There is a little chip in the cards. You put them inside the box. It's read by RFID, radio frequency, and it sends it to the computer, which is why we work on a 30-minute delay. We work on a 30-minute delay, so there's nobody can do any form of cheating, texting, ringing up the mates saying he's got this in a hand, he's got that in a hand. We work on 30 minutes, and that's why we talk 30 minutes behind everybody else, so we can interact with you guys in the chat box and we're not spoiling any action. So all the team work 30 minutes behind. Well, the comms box does.
Yeah, well, the comms box.
The blog, all the social media obviously works in real time. Sometimes Dave works in slow motion, but we gloss over that. He's buzzing to be working the Goliath on Saturday and Sunday, and then maybe Monday, and then, you know, I might turn up Tuesday.
Charles, There's 16 levels played on Saturday.
Yes.
Charles.
I don't think Charles has got the sound up.
Yeah, I remember Michael watching the old Poker After Dark, the old glass box, and the camera underneath, or the camera in the felt, not the felt, the rail. All done a bit differently now.
There, the good old days. Not much poker on TV anymore. A lot of it is now live streamed, as you know. Internet taking over. Even the World Series is now live streamed.
Yep.
On a 30-minute delay, so it's live. Melanie said, "Oh, Dave's not in now. He's just gone to get some chip counts. Tell Dave we are missing him at the craziest ever Wednesday night poker night, whenever that was. Mel, was that in Edinburgh at the Maybury?"
Yeah, Charles. Saturday 11, a bit later than
Till
that. It'll be about
11:40.
11 to 11:40, same as the day one, 16 levels.
Can you not remember what time you bagged your chips up on Sunday? It was about 11:45, wasn't it? Well, that's exactly what time you'll be heading towards day 3 if you manage to get there, young man. Did really well. Second in the 25-50 as well this week. We normally finish around about 11:40. The live stream, it works on a 30-minute delay, so the team will be working until 12:10 p.m. J.R. Shezza, the largest stack is 1,038,000.
Incredible. And second in chips is 650,000, so nearly double the second in chips over all the 6 days, well 5 days, not including this one yet. But I'm expecting some 700, 800,000 stacks at the end of today, just because of the numbers that we've had in the field.
Is there a curfew on day 3, or is it play to the death? We play till somebody falls asleep. Last year's final was finished around about 8:30. It'll be a bit later to this year because there'll be a lot more runners. The latest it's finished was 11:30. Last year we fetched back 30 runners for day 3, and I'm guessing it'll be double that this year. We said your benchmark was about 57, wasn't it?
Yeah. 57, that was my guess for day 3.
The senior starts at 1 p.m, which means as a senior yourself now, you can have a lie-in and then drive down to Coventry. We'll get involved on the final day of the Goliath 2018.
Gone all in from Kyle with the ace 10, 18 big blinds in the cut-off after some limpage, perfectly fine. Gets it through, uncontested. Now he's gone from 18 bigs to 23 bigs, so that jam increased his stack just under 20%. Power of getting these jam throughs uncontested when you're shorted this sort of level of the day really does help you chip up.
The old Miners Welfare Clubs. I'll ask him about it when he comes. Dave, apparently you missed in the Miners Welfare on a Wednesday night. Tell us a bit more.
It's the Nuts Poker League.
It's a nuts poker game apparently.
We play a 10p, 20p cash game.
10p, 20p.
And there's £3.40 on the table.
And there's about 800 to £1,000 a table.
Get away.
Honestly.
How much of it's yours?
How much is in play? 100.
I'm trying to say Andrew. Oh, Scottish guys.
I'm not saying, listen, you're the one who's putting 2 and 2 together and
getting sex.
getting sex.
That's how much it costs.
Who's on the chat?
Melanie.
That was the girl who came down last year.
It is. She brought us the tunnocks.
She flopped the quad tens against pocket kings. It comes king.
Oh, delicious.
Was that Mel that happened to?
Mel,
I remember that on the blog.
Mel.
I remember reading that on the blog last year.
That was unbelievable.
Was that again? Oh wow, I never knew that was you, Mel.
Quads.
Yeah, no, the flop came, 10 king, and then a king came on the river, I think. Yeah, I remember reading it on the blog.
Oh, you make it sound so dramatic.
Yeah, I remember.
Thanks, Chief.
Or something like that.
This guy's got the photographic memory. We haven't.
I know. I think Mel will correct me on this. Actually,
What is it?
I think Mel actually had the kings, and it came King XX, and then it came 10-10. I think that was the hand. If my memory's right, but I remember reading a blog last year. I think if that's the hand, it came King XX, and then it came 10-10.
Oh, Gabby, whatever happened to him?
Seat 2.
Anybody going down to the seniors from Blackpool area? Nigel'd like a lift. He'll chip in with the petrol. He's like that.
Ben with the kings in the cut-off raised it up to 6k. Daniel Queen Jack of spades in the small blind.
Eat a bag of crisps.
Do you know what? This is quite a funny story actually. I won a huge cash pot against Dan with Queen Jack, with kings against Queen Jack, flopping top set, and he flopped a straight.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
here we go. Well, you can't write
it would be crazy if it happened here, but if a king comes on the turn, it's like it's going to happen all over again. But it'd be like history repeating itself.
Paul Scholes has let himself go. He's now dealing. What a good effort that is.
It could still happen if a king comes on the river. And the thing is, I think Ben's going to check this back as well.
A king on the river will be ill.
Dan can have a lot of 10x here. I don't actually like a bet with the kings here, but he has stuck it.
Is it the lot of it?
Yeah, 21k. He's left himself
21,000. He's left himself one chip behind.
Dan's got an easy fold now. But the problem is, like, Dan does have a lot of 10x after calling the flop. But most certainly can't call here. There you go.
You've got to love poker though with the lookalikes. We've got to have a lookalike on every table now, Jay.
All right,
for the rest of the
see what we
tournament.
can come up with.
For the rest of the tournament, we have to have a lookalike.
I think it looks like more Ricky Hatton, the dealer, than it does Paul Scholes.
Oh, I had a pint with Ricky Hatton last Sunday. Sorry about that. I don't mean to say that, but I actually did.
And the Kings are going to take that one down. Mel says it came King 3-3, 10-10, so we were right.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought I remember reading it on the blog and couldn't believe it.
I know. So we are. Hey?
What did I just say to you?
I've not seen Russ for the last couple of days. There he is. How are you, young man? Things to do. Things to do. Dotting the I's and crossing the T's. That's what you've been doing. All very good. If you want to shout at anybody, it's Russ has just joined us.
We're going to make it's breaking news for you.
Breaking news live on air.
We're going to make next year's event live tomorrow.
Live tomorrow?
Yeah. Anybody can enter next year's event from tomorrow.
Oh, so it's not just online?
No.
Wow.
You want to enter?
We've had people and they've given people a lot of details and we're still live. People have booked upstairs in the hotel and the Novotel because the Novotel have got a deal on where you can cancel if you want to up until the week before.
Yeah.
And they've been giving out codes and everything. Booking the hotels already. It's just amazing.
I better book a hotel.
yeah. Can you get us upstairs, please?
There won't be any room.
Oh, and somebody says, can you get Ian to ring the FA so Coventry City are away next year?
Yeah, respect control over that.
You must be over the moon.
Yeah.
You must be over the moon. It's amazing. It really is.
It's blinds 12-24.
Fabulous.
Running ante of 300.
Yeah. I'm just glad I'm not in the meetings come January. No, it's fabulous effort. Everything seems to run like clockwork. Fantastic team. No way. Has he had a re-entry? Multiple.
He literally was only, well, it was still there. He won the hand and he went. I can't do it, but you know that dance the kids do.
The floss, yeah, the floss.
The floss.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's called the floss.
Oh. No, brilliant. We just need the heating turning down, that's all.
Oh, that's mad, isn't it?
When the room's empty, it's cold.
Yeah.
It's just because of the amount of people.
Nines for Ben here, under the gun, +3.
Yeah.
Raise it to 6k. 6k seems like standard open size on this table. It's quite hefty, considering blinds are 12-24. Expect it more around the 5k mark. And Ben gets that one through.
So the breaking news is that you can actually buy into next year's Goliath live. Would that be any casino? Any casino around the country?
Yeah, well, yeah, we'll make it global from tomorrow.
Yeah, excellent. Any Grosvenor casino around the country, you can buy into the next year's Goliath. So all you guys that have booked your hotels, get yourself in. And there are plenty of you that's already booked for upstairs and the Novotel and plenty of other hotels around.
Until Sunday now. Yeah. I'm not saying I'll do it at the end. I'll be here till Sunday.
Till some point Sunday.
Some point Sunday evening.
Yeah.
Folded all the way around to Martin in the cut-off. He gets out of the way, so Nicholas on the button's going to open the Queen 8 of Spades. Marco's not going to be coming along in the small. And we have an all-in and a quick fold, all-in from Joseph, quick fold from Nicholas. No messing about, like to see that. Already knew what he was going to do. If someone raised, straight into the muck. Oh, okay, sorry, the small blinds jammed, the 10-3 of diamonds. And Joseph's ISO'd. I believe that's the case. Wow, 10-3, just going for it and putting it in. Needs a 10 or a 3. Ooh, hit the wire with a 4. Still drawing to a 10 or a 3. And the river is a 5, so the ace-jack gonna bust the 10-3 and win a nice pot. Maybe we can pick better spots than that from the small with the 10-3 of diamonds. We've got 40k. We've got 16, 17 big still, so there's no need to take that spot. Yeah, if the button's opening way too often. I guess it would have worked if the big blind didn't wake up with ace jack. So obviously the button's been opening a lot at this table. We're only 40 minutes into this session, so unaware of how they play at the moment, but these players have been playing together all day, and I'm sure the player dynamic had something to do with that rip with 10-3. They're £1 a minute, Lee. £1 a minute.
Calling alternates up to number 252 in the Joker's Wild. Please make your way to the alternate desk outside the main room. Alternate up to number 2.
That is one question I can't answer, Dennis. I'm sure we can find it out for you, though. No one, the online team, not around at the moment, but they'll probably be in the booth at some point tomorrow. So plug us that question tomorrow, and I'm sure we can find out, or I'll find out a bit later for you. But we have no more breaks today. We're running through all the way till 12:10, so I could ask someone and find out. Daniel with pocket sevens finds a spot to get his last effectively 11 bigs in because blinds are going up.
Well, yeah, you could do. I suppose.
Ace Queen of Hearts on Matt under the gun +1. Sure he'll be coming in for an open.
Looking at me straight away. Assuming the raise, right?
So Pioch in the big blind. He has ace-5 of spades. He has 20 big blinds. And he just elects to fold. Perfectly fine. Understands the stack size the ace queen of hearts was opening off of. I didn't even see that, Dean. If it was a 15k open, that makes a lot more sense why the ace-5 folded in that spot. But I missed that completely, my mistake. Matt under the gun, this is going to go into the muck. Let's try again. Matt under the gun, this is going to go into the muck. As it does. Not sure what the tanking was about. Dan with 7 deuce, quick fold. Martin 8-4 of hearts passes, fold all the way around to the cut-off. where Joe elects to open the Jack 9. Kyle got a really nice rejam stack here. This should be going in. Should have a triangle coming his way, but no, he just calls from the looks of things. Cut off open there. We've got King Queen. We've got a hand that blocks a lot of the hands that can call us 15 big blinds. We've just got to move in that spot. Blinds are now 1-15-3. Piotr making a disciplined lay down there, and now Ben might even take this spot with sub 20 big blinds for the King, Ken and Diamonds. But no, he just calls as well. Two sort of rejam spots there that neither player took, which I would have liked to see, especially against a cut-off open as well. And Joseph's hand shows that he is actually opening a really wide range. And the flop comes ace-7-5. Now a lot of the time Joseph's just going to take this one down with his continuation bet. Really good board for his range. He's the pre-flop aggressor, and his c-bet should just get through here. Carl's going to let the King Queen go, and the King 10 will follow suit, and takes a nice little pot down there, Carl. But if either player took the rejam spot there, never would have got that far. So there we go, blinds now up 15-3. They were up last hand, but the graphic now shows it. Yeah, it's just two good spots to 3-bet jam really there, with the King 10 and King Queen. Really good spots to 3-bet jam, especially with their stack size and a cut-off open. I'm really surprised neither player took that spot. And it's little things like this that can really help you out in tournaments like this. If either one of them took the spot, that would have got through, and they would have chipped up about 12-13k in the stack. More than that actually. He raised to 6.6, so it would have been around 16-17k they would have chipped up to their stack. So now Carl with the ace-9 in the cut-off. He makes a disciplined lay down. He's got 13 big blinds. Ace-9 cut-off, 13 big blinds, should be going in. All in triangle should have gone his way, but I'm guessing survival is on his mind, and he wants to stay in this tournament and try and make day 2. We've still got about 2 hours left as well of the day, so he's got a long way to go before we reach day 2. So Piotr raises the 6 deuce on the button, and Matt's got a really nice rejam spot with the ace-9, but he doesn't take it. A shove spot with the ace-9. But he doesn't take it. He's just going to peel and take a flop. Flop's top pair. You expect Piotr, even though he's flop bottom pair, to continue on this board, but Matt's going to donk lead into him with the ace-9. And he's actually going to get action as well. Piotr calling with bottom pair. 8 on the turn. So I think that will be the end of the hand for seat 2. Reason being, sort of donk leads in his range are ace-x and 8x and flush draws, and a lot of his flush draws you expect to just check on this turn now, being Matt. But he bets 8k, and see a raise to 20.5k from Piotr. Cheers for that. I bet you bet. That helps. I read what I see. And we've got a raise and a call. 16k behind now. 7 on the river. And he moves all in. And now Matt in a tough spot. Does have the best hand with the ace-9. And he makes the call, shows the ace-9, and that is going to be good. And Peter in seat 2 is going to be down to 8.1k, so he's going to be crippled in this spot. Thanks for that though, I bet you bet. It does help me out. Evening, Asif. How are we doing? Comp time. How many will be in the queue when the alternates list opens at 9 AM tomorrow? I'm going to go for 132. That's my guess. Yeah, Donkley for the win, but most players would have just passed the 6 deuce there. I don't know what Peter's doing, calling with bottom pair after a donk lead with 6 deuce. Because when we actually look at the donk range, it's either middle pair, ace X, or flush draws. Flush draws we're flipping against because they're always going to have 2 overs to our deuce. And ace X and 8X we've got about 20% against. So I don't know what the call is about on the button. And now he's down to sub 8k, as you can see. Peter. Carl in seat 1, ace jack of diamonds. He moves all in for 13 bigs, gets it through. Going to pick up 6.6k. So increased his stack to 15 bigs now. No need to say sorry, you're the one doing me a favour. How is the prize pool looking, says Ben. Big.
Good answer.
Yeah, very big.
I'll tell you right now.
Tower is on the case. Yeah, that's very true, Nigel. I don't think people understand, people that don't play poker at least, how much of a tiring game it is and how mentally draining it can be sitting at a table for 10 hours a day. So much stuff going on in your head, and you really do feel the fatigue to the end of towards the end of a poker tournament, or towards the end of a day. You really do start feeling it. You can get really tired, and you can make sort of bad decisions because of that. And I agree completely with what you just said. People can start to lose their heads because the fatigue kicks in, and that's it. So Peter woke up with jacks with less than 3 big blinds. Ben ISOs with ace 10, and Ben's going to think he's well ahead of Peter's range here, but going to get a shock when he turns up with the jacks.
6,895
runners. So £680,950
without the alternates for tomorrow.
Without the alternates in. So that's the prize pool as it stands.
Yep.
Oh, and the jacks of Peter just been out flopped. Now drawing to 2 outs. Oh, hits the wire on the turn. Just a jack, or we're going to lose one. And the river is a 10. So 2 pair for the ace 10. And we're going to lose Peter from the tournament. They'll need to sign up, Harry, to get in the casino. They will need to sign up. They won't necessarily have to gamble at any of the table games. They won't have to do anything. All they need is some identification, some ID, and they'll get signed up. They'll get their Grosvenor card, and then they'll be in. Don't have to play poker. They don't have to play any table games. All they have to do is sign up, and that's that. Yeah, Sam, we've all been there. I've played in tournaments before as well, and when you bust, the drive home's the worst thing. It's just like long days. You bust right at the end of the day, and you're driving home, and it's just the worst drive in the world. Yeah, I know, and it gets overlooked so much, especially from a perspective of people that don't actually play poker and don't understand the game. They don't realise how much of a tiring game it can be and how fatigued you can get towards the back end of the day. It can be so mentally draining at some points, especially when you're playing 2-3 day tournaments back to back. It can really start to take its toll on you if you're not getting enough rest. Okay, Sam. Well done on making day 2. Good luck for Saturday. Joseph, computer hand, under the gun, gets out of the way. Carl, pocket kings. He'll be coming in for an open. Raises it up to 8k. Very large. I'm sorry, we're not at 12.24 no more. We're 15.3, so size is fine. And Daniel's got aces, and he moves all in for his last 40k. And this is just a sick caller. Luckily for Carl, Dan's only got 15 big blinds. Not even that, 13 big blinds. So Carl's going to flick it in with the kings, shows the kings, Dan's going to show the aces, and it's just a cold deck. I'm sure you'll be fine, Sam. That's still 8 bigs, so one double up, you probably have about 18 bigs with the blinds and antes, and then you're right back in the game. So good luck on that first double up when you do eventually get all the money in early on Saturday. Wishing you the best. So just a sick caller here. The aces versus kings doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. So Dan at risk, going to need to avoid a king. Deuce on the turn. It's just a king, otherwise Dan's going to get a double up. And it's a 5 on the river, so Dan's going to get a double up, and the kings of Kyle are going to be crippled. What do you need to be picked on the feature table, says Lee? The way it works, Lee, start of the day, table draw is random. If the number falls, which is the feature table number, you'll be on it. And then after that, we swap it with a table that's close to the feature and not like right at the back of the room, because we only have 15 minutes to change the chip stacks over. And also it has to be a table that won't break within the next 2 hours, because we wouldn't be able to break the feature live on stream. So that's how the feature's picked. Hope that helps.
So £150 summer single seat. Still have the 2 big counter prizes out there.
Folded to Nick on the bottom with 7 deuce. Carl in C8. I don't think a face pick spot on there, but he moves all in. Deuce is under the gun, going to the muck for Ben. Dan ace 5 of hearts, lets it go. Carl getting his last 2 bigs in with the Queen Jack, unaware of what Nicholas is holding, but we'll see very shortly. He's in front. He's got Nicholas dominated in this spot. Going to have to avoid a 9. Chop opportunities on the turn. Any 6 or ace will chop this. Queen, that does the job as well. So it's going to be a chop pot. So Carl still in, hanging on by a thread, but still in, still got his tournament life. Yeah, I'm sure they have, John. The bit of software that we use for seating players at the tables and when the tables break is very reliable. So I'm sure we've got the right player sitting in the seat. So Dan with the King Queen has a little glance at the stacks around the table, raises it up to 6.5k. Carl ace deuce off in the cut-off. This should be going into the muck, as it does. Button gets out of the way. Small blind moves all in with King 3, Carl, and he's going to be dominated when Dan flicks the chip in. Wow, Julius makes the call. What's going on here? Julius has just flattered this with Queen 4. Dan in great shape here, has 2 players dominated in both spots. 62% equity, free ways. So to the flop becomes ace 8-4. So the Queen 4 of Julius was dominated, but domination rotation on the flop. Deuce on the turn. So the King 3 still live. Can find a 5 to make a wheel on the river. And Dan bets the King Queen, and it's actually a really good bet because it makes Julius fold the best hand. And now Carl drawing to just a 5. Or a 3 now, actually, because the Queen 4's folded. A 3 works. And it's an 8, so Dan's going to take that one. We lose Carl.
I've just seen my mate who's invited me to whist on a Monday.
Eddie Johnson?
I've just seen Eddie.
Eddie Johnson?
He's sat next door. He's on this table here.
No way.
He's sat on this table. He says, when you fetching me your money down, because Jay can't wait to take it all off you. That's what he said. 265 left.
He's a character, old Eddie.
265 players left, and we are heading towards level 15.
Yes, we are.
Very close to level 15. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how many. We reckoned about 220, didn't we? But there might be. It might be about bang on that, actually. It'll be a good shout if it is. What's happening in the chatters?
Not much.
Went round to see a couple of people.
Yeah, there was speculative hand, we'll call it that. We had aces into kings, pre-flop, all in. It wasn't a big pot though, it was only 13 bigs. And that was about it. That was the most interesting hand.
Very good to know how many of the flip winners are still in. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, young man, and how many have actually got themselves into the game and how many are saving them. Russ Tamplin came in and said that registration for the Goliath is open across the estate tomorrow. interesting to see what the holding tank will have in the first week or two. What's the total players through up till now? Well, we'll not know that until we actually finish the day. But at the minute it's, was it 540? Dave? 540 through before today?
Yes. 540.
So 540 through before today. If there's 200, it'll make it 650.
We've got a hand here, Dan opening under the gun +1. Nikolai, is that Nikolai? Makes the call with the ace-jack. Flop comes ace-10 queen, so Nikolai flopping top pair Broadway draw, Dan flopping bottom set. We see a bet and a call. To the turn. It's a king. So the ace-jack of Nikolai takes the lead. Dan still has outs to get there though. On the river, the board can pair. It's a bit of 11k getting this price, 4-1. We're actually getting direct odds to hit our boat, so be interesting to see how Dan proceeds from here. He's definitely calling. So river needs the board to pair. Looks like a low card, and it's a 6 of spades. Now, can he? Is he going to think about turning his set of 10s into a bluff here? Maybe. He hasn't acted instantly, and no, he checks, and it goes check, check, and the ace-jack's going to take it down.
Sam Holden says, in the second flip free roll on Saturday, he was heads up and with the best hand and lost. It was hard to take. That's not the same Sam Holden that won late night poker was in 2011. That came third in the UK IPT in Newcastle, as I remember. And I think also cashed deep in, was it the World Series?
I don't think it is that Sam Holden.
Okay.
I'll go out on a limb and say it's not.
Okay.
Oh.
Is it that, Sam? If it is, have you still got curly hair? And how are you? If it's not, then hello, the new Sam Holden. Yeah, that's the one. World Series final table. No. Ah. Will the real Sam Holden please stand up? Yeah. $782,000 final table of the World Series. Not the same one. Well, Sam, don't hold it against me. Weren't a bad shout though. Wasn't the same. Where did Sam disappear to? What happened to? Obviously had a massive talent. Got himself right in the game, and then not seen him since. When was his last cash? I think his last cash was like 4 years ago, wasn't it? His last cash was 2013. He doesn't play anymore. He took the money and ran. Thanks, Jim. I've had a great day. I'll take the darts and I'll take the darts and the money. Thanks for coming. He doesn't play anymore. Well, there must have been something that made him stop playing, because the guy had a talent. Don't want to tell you injury in the new Sam Holden on Sunday when you're handing me the trophy. I like it. I like it. Good luck when you play. Looking like there's going to be nearly 800 runners through to day 2 by the time the clock strikes 0 tonight in just over an hour, about 90 minutes time. No, first prize can exceed 100,000. It was just guaranteed at £100,000. I think PK said it was 7,250 runners needed to hit the 100,000 guarantee, and then the money on top of that will go in a percentage, as it usually does, if we exceed 7,250. They have a high roller this year. Did they have a high roller last year? I don't know if they did or not. They've got one this year. It's on Saturday. Super High Roller starts at 7 o'clock on Saturday. Don't think they had a Super High Roller last year. If they did, it was in the main. It wasn't in the main hall. Sam Holden coming down to the main event is what got you into poker. That's fair enough. That is fair enough. We ended up with an holding on the table. We have the 5 of clubs still in play. The 5, well, the trip aces. Trip aces against the 8 5s. We get a double up. So Ben Lloyd with the 5s losing out. It was Martin Conway was all in. Martin the beneficiary.
Lines up, please, in Joker's Wild.
Yeah, I think there'll be a fair few. I think it'll be well attended, to be fair. The High Roller starts at 7 PM on the Saturday. It's a 2-day event. Finishes on the Sunday. The Joker's Wild has finished with 414 runners. 414 runners.
We lost Jeff Kimber in the Joker's Wild, Pocket Queens against Joker 5. No good.
Uh-oh.
And the bounty is
Jeff Kimber's out.
a £225.25 seat.
Yes. Jeff Kimber's just been eliminated by Joker 5 against his Queens. So the guy must have hit trips or a set. You'll be ready for a rest next week. You're not wrong. Afternoon, Peter, or good evening now. Any Stokies going well? Not seen too many. All in pre, aces against sevens. The aces are all in. They only need to fade a 7. And they do. So Kyle gets himself a double up against Joe's 7s. If you give us a couple of names, we'll try and get Jay to have a wander round. He's got 2 or 3 on the list who he needs to have a look for. I know Anthony Hardy was still in. I saw him on table one. Well, the table just outside here is still in. Any names for the Stokies, give us a shout and we'll try and fit them in, because Jay's got a couple to go and watch and look for anyway.
You find the chips and give them to the guy.
It was a great interview on TalkSport. Talked very well. Spoke very well on. He spoke very well on TalkSport. I think there was a link on Twitter where he put up that you can actually watch it, listen to it. Sorry. He was on at midnight till 1 a.m. Spoke a little bit about the Goliath. The presenters wanted to delve into Jeff's professional poker history, going back to the 90s. It was a good hour-long program. I think one of the guys had never played poker in his life, so he was asking all the right questions. It was excellent. He did put the link, if you're on his Twitter account or you follow Jeff Kimber, Jaffa Cake, then just click on the link and listen to it. Should make good listening. So you're Martin Heathcote and not Peter Heathcote. So when the Goliath is over, are you guys covering any of the tournaments on here? No. No, we're not. We will be enjoying 1 pint of Guinness as soon as we crown a champion, and it's all finished on the live stream 30 minutes later, and the interviews are done and everything is done regarding the main event. We'll be logging off and we'll try and get some information about the side events for you guys. But I think 130 hours in the week will just about suffice. In at 9 a.m. for the flip and goes that have been excellent this week. We started on Saturday with the flip and goes. We started with 12 and then it just increased. 12, 14, 16, 18, 19, 20. How we doing, Pete? Yeah, sorry, buddy. The boss came in. And when the boss comes in, you stand to attention. Nice, proper good is Russ. Russ Tamplin turned up. He'd been in the office for a couple of days, dotting the I's and crossing the T's and all that malarkey. Top lad is Russ. He came in, but yes, he was the boss, the main man. Yeah, I don't mind a cold pint of Guinness in this weather. It's I'm indoors. I don't drink too much Guinness when I'm sat outside the pub and it's 85 degrees. If I was sat outside a boozer, I'd probably have a cider. Probably stick to the original Strongbow. I'm not too much. You can't drink lager, I've seen you. I've got the footage.
You've got almost little Valdi, but little to like the fruit, that fruit
Yeah.
road mate.
Alright.
It's all like 80p a can.
Good to see you, Pete. I'm guessing the Joker's Wild didn't go according to plan, which is why you're already back at home. Did you enjoy yourself? Did you get a chance to knock anybody out? No, just throws anything. Hooch. I remember back in another life. Can you drink out of the trophy? I wouldn't advise it. I wouldn't advise it because if it's been polished by Brasso, you'll end up in hospital. I did that before. We've ended up with an all-in. The Walsall Nuts, the 6-3 against Ace 10 and the 6 hit. He now needs to fade a Queen, an Ace or a 10. And that does it. 6-3 will double up. Ben doubles up. Well done, Ben. His short stack's doubled up twice. Yeah, the Joker's Wild turned into the Joker's Wild 414 runners. Just immense.
Yeah, it's close, yeah. So I want the big blind in there as well. Yeah. So if I don't lose the next one, I don't win the big blind if I win down, yeah. I've got 3 bids then. Yeah, about to go. Blind's got
I think somebody just banged the gun. 2,000, 4,000. Ah.
Yeah. You wouldn't say that if you had 50k?
Yeah, I wouldn't call it.
Ballet if you see one. Shout a ballet if you see one.
Super turnout, absolutely indeed. Yeah, I wouldn't. We got all in again. Ace 9 against Ace Queen. Does the luck run out? We've got. Oh, we can hit. Queen for chops. Or and we couldn't hit the 9.
30 cash.
30 cash tables running. Wow. So Alex in seat 1. Just checking the stacks. And Alex Griffin has been eliminated. Is that Barry McGuigan sat on the side? I just look at him from afar. Great turnout for the Jokers Wild, 414 runners, £20,000 prize pool on a side event. So Alex Burton was playing today. Not seen Alex for a while. It has been fabulous. It has been busy. Kev plays tomorrow. He's in the chat box.
How good's your kick on? Huh? How good's your kick on? Sorry?
Ten, 7, 5, 10, 4. Matt with the flush on the river. Jay's back from getting a bit of fresh air. What's it like outside?
Not too sure. Dark, I guess. It's hot in here.
It is. Martin is posting his P. Yeah, he said he's Martin. Trying to confuse us all, Kev.
Matt scoops a big one from the looks of things.
Yeah, we've heard. You're right. That's it, 180.
So we've got about an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 15 minutes left of the day. level 15. So blinds are 2 and 4. Ben moves all in for his last 5 bigs, just under 5 bigs, 9-7 of hearts. That's perfectly fine on the button, standard jam. Unfortunately, Matt's woke up with it in the small. He's got pocket queens.
Oh, the 9-7. Oh, look at that. There's
9-7 got in the big as well. So drawing very thin here, Ben. Going to need to find some hearties or some sort of straight possibilities. Or a 9. But there's a queen as well. So
very, very thin.
Oh, he's got backdoor hearts.
Here we go.
And it's a 10. So we lose one. And the queen's going to take the pot. Good luck in the free roll, Lord Trapper, and everyone is still in. Just 5 left, I hear. Joe with ace king of hearts in the hijack raises it to 10.1k. Matt on the button, ace 9 of spades. He makes the call, and big blind and small blind get out of the way. So heads up to this flop, Domination Nation. Queen, queen 8.
Players in the joker with hearts or 300 ante. 800, 1600, and 300 ante. Jokers, please stand up and move on to the next table.
Julius ace queen in the hijack. Merritt in shoving here with the ace queen, but he's just elected to open to 10k. 20 big blind stack. Would have been nothing wrong with a jam from hijack position, but Matt's woke up with the goods behind him. Ace king. And Dan here, 70k. He might actually take this spot with the king 10 of diamonds. Obviously it's not going to work because Matt's got ace king, but no, great fold. Good 6 cents there. Didn't flat and just let the king 10 of diamonds go. Really good fold from Dan there on the button. Maybe over them sort of passes get overlooked, but it's sort of he knew he couldn't really flat off with his stack. It was all in or fold, and I've just had a sixth sense. But would have loved this flop with the King 10 of diamonds, King 10 6, but can't be results orientated. There's action as well because Julius has got a Broadway draw, Matt's got top pair, top kicker, Martin's up and down, and Nikolai's even caught a piece. He's got middle pair. And the Ace King of Matt is going to come in for a bet. Can't see Martin fold in with an up and down straight draw or backdoor flush. $10-3 gets out the way. Julius now getting a really attractive price to call, but he's so short stacked that I expect him to just fold as he does. So we're going to take a turn. Martin's only got a pot size bet behind now. 3 on the turn. The 10 tray would have turned 2 pair. And we see the Ace King. Surprised he hasn't just moved all in here, the Ace King, with 55k being the effective stack, but he bets 16.5k again here, and this gives Matt a direct price to actually make the call. But the problem with making the call is he then leaves himself a 39k, which is going to be sub 10 bigs. But considering what's in the pot, 150k now, if he can find a 9 or an ace on the river, it's going to be tournament changing for him. And it is an ace. Wow. And he checks again, and Matt bets 25k. Martin's going to move all in with the nuts, and Matt can't fold the Ace King. So Martin's going to win a huge pot here. He's going to be up to over 200k. And this is all down to the sizing on the turn, really. Matt chose such a small sizing that the Queen Jack had a direct price to make the call. So big pot there for Martin to take down with the Queen Jack. Yeah, I know. Check Norris. Really small bet on the turn. Like, I would have just liked to see him move all in on the turn. If the Queen Jack wants to call in on the turn with one card to come, not getting the correct price, and so be it. They get there, but you know you've done the right thing. But that sizing on the turn gave the Queen Jack around 6.5 to 1 on the call. So they're not actually. They shouldn't be folding because they're getting a direct price to hit an ace or a 9. And the pot was so big that it would have been tournament changing, and it is for seat 6. Now got way over the 200k mark and puts himself right in contention for Saturday, assuming that this last hour and a bit he doesn't lose them chips. Jack 6 for Joseph under the gun. That's going in the muck. Julius is going to follow suit. Folded all the way around to Dan with Jack 5. That's going into the muck as well. So blind on blind here. Nikolai with the 10 deuce of clubs makes the call. Carl's going to be, should just be shoving here, blind on blind. He's got 17 bigs. But it looks like he's going to opt for the raise option, which he does, and gets a quick fold from the 10 deuce. Blind on blind, you should have sort of that sub 20 big blind range. You're going to have so many hands that you should be jamming there once the small blind completes. So you also need to incorporate some ace king into that as well. Because one of the problems with raising, you're only going to flop a pair 1 in 3 times. So if you do just raise it up, your opponent calls. brick the flop, you continue, they call, and then a lot of the time you're just going to check back turn, they're probably going to leave river and you're just going to have to get away from it, whereas with jamming, just can take the blinds and the antes down, and when you are called you're going to have the best hand a lot of the time, or you're going to be flipping. And I guess he has got the implied odds as well there with the Queen Jack. I know he was getting a direct price, but check Norris, he's got implied odds as well, because the size of the pot there it is on the river when he does get there, his opponent can never really fold because of what's in the pot and what they're repping. Like the King X, even King X can't fold there because of the price they get on the river when he does jam. So we've got a three-way pot here. Matt with loose limp here. King 7 of hearts, limping King 7 of hearts off of 11 bigs. Not recommended, guys. Just toss it into the muck. And if you do want to play it, the better option is just open jamming. But even King 7 of hearts, 11 bigs under the gun +1 should just be folding. 9 deuce actually got the best hand here on this flop. Let's check all the way through. 5 on the turn.
How much is it going to cost you?
Now Matt bets 7k. And we get 2 quick folds, so he gets the best hand to fold there.
Try not to, but it's more than likely. You feel it. It's like Kingston, right?
That was what, 2 years ago? That was 2 years ago. Same girlfriend.
Single.
Single? Oh. That's why you're at poker.
Don't get with that easy, come on.
All you boys do.
No comment.
It is nice to see you though.
Folded all the way around to the small blind. Joe completes from the looks of things. Okay, now he raises it up. And Nim, with the Jack 6 in the big blind, just gets out of the way. She's got 16 big blinds.
Find a hand. Find a hand.
No one can join the alternate list for tomorrow yet, Jody. That opens around 9 o'clock. You have to be in the casino on the day to go on the alternate list. So no one has joined it yet because no one can. If you are coming down to play tomorrow and you're not in the holding tank, all I can recommend is get here as early as possible if you don't want to wait around the casino all day waiting to get put in as an alternate.
Where's you play now?
Everywhere, Nottingham.
Bouncing around?
Huh?
Bouncing around?
Yeah. I've actually, I moved up from football. And I'm now West Ham South.
Finally all the way round to the small, and it's walkies for Matt with the 7 tray. How many still left in? Give me 10 seconds, Lee, and I'll find out for you. There are 213 remaining today. Busby wish they'd get rid of their mobiles, so annoying. Yeah, I know a lot of people like to be on their phones at the table. I'm not one of them. I'm on my phone, but I'm listening to music. I'm not looking at it. I've got earphones in. My phone's usually in my pocket, so I can pay attention to everything around me. But it just depends, really. People have different preferences. I'm someone that likes to take the free information, watch other hands as they're going along. How many played today, says Tony? There was 1,360 entries today, Tony. Currently, we have 213 left. How many big blinds is ideal for day 2? Well, average stack's going to be around the 200k mark, so around 30 to 35 bigs. But personally, I think as long as you're coming back with a stack that you can potentially double and get yourself right back into it, you'll be fine. 12 big blinds wouldn't even be a problem. You sort of get in there, you sit down, you double up with your 12 big blinds, you'll probably be up to 26 bigs, and that puts you right amongst it and near the average stack again. So I don't think that's going to be a problem if you have around 12 bigs. As long as you're patient, you're tight, you wait for your spot, you get the money in good, and then just try and hold. Just try and hold. Thanks everyone that's been with us today and throughout the week. There's been many of you that have been watching every day here on the live stream with Tower and I. Tomorrow's the big one, day 1G. Expecting over 1,500 entries tomorrow. So Nikolai, pocket nines under the gun, raises to 11k. Carl calls with the ace jack. Folded round. Ace-8 for Matt on the button. This should be going into the muck with his stack. Should be going into the muck anyway, to be honest with you. Dan's going to get out of the way in the small. Quick fold from the big. So we're going heads up to this flop. Flop of Jack 10-7. So top for Carl. Top pair, top kicker. Nines have a gutter ball. Expect this to go check call a lot of the time. Nines won't be folding to one bet. Yeah, I know Tony, floor staff do excellent and the dealers are all great as well. And the pie and mash, I've had that too. That's not half bad either. Thanks, Check Norris. We do try and keep you all entertained. 3 left in the free roll here. Good luck if you're one of the 3 lucky people left. Bouting it out for that summer sizzler ticket. Wow, Nikolai's walked into it here. He raised the flop. He does block the nuts with 8-9, but sort of blocking the nuts is more an Omaha thing than it is in Hold'em. So this goes in on the flop. Still lots of outs to get there, Nikolai. Any 8, any 9. He's got 6 outs. We can see 2 of them are dead up at the top of the screen. That changes nothing. Still an 8 or a 9, or the ace-jack's going to double. And it's a queen, so the ace-jack's going to double up. Big pot for them. More than that, maybe, Tony. It could even be more than that. But yeah, that's probably around the ballpark figure. 800 paid would be great. Luke put an advertisement out there in the chat. Anyone want to play him at heads up? So I reckon about 800 paid, Ryan. I think he's hit the nail on the head there, Tony. Maybe a bit more, actually. Could even be a bit more. Unlucky Lord Trapper in the free roll. Good luck on Saturday then, Matt. 14 bigs, more than enough. Just make sure you're patient. No need to rush when you get into day 2. 14 bigs, more than enough. Try and find a spot to get your double, and then you're right back in the tournament. Best tournament you've ever played, Jay? God. I'd have to say EPT 2016 Barcelona was really fun, and the main event I had a proper sicko table, and I was well out of my depth anyway when I played that at the time. I sort of had a bit of a punt in 2016 with a few European tours, but yeah, probably EPT 2016 Barcelona. That was a really fun tournament, and I had a pretty sick table draw. Had Sean Deeb on it, Byron Cavenman, and Igor Kurganov was on it shortly as well. So I'd have to say that just for the experience and the players that were on my table. I didn't cash, completely bricked it, but yeah, that was it. Actually busted kings into aces against Byron Cavenman in that tournament. So yeah, weren't the best way to go out, but probably the best tournament I've ever played. Just for the atmosphere and the feel and sort of the build-up and the table. I think the table was probably what done it for me, just the experience of being sat on a table with three amazing players across the poker land. Cheers, I bet. You bet. Yeah, it's long days, especially for Tower. Tower gets in around 9, I'm in about 10. We usually leave here about 1 o'clock, so there are long days, 16, 15-hour days. 14 bigs is fine. Nothing bad about 14 bigs. So we got an all in here from Joseph, I believe. No, not Joseph. It's seat 4, Matt, I believe that is. Night, Nigel. See you tomorrow. Thanks for that. M90 online is 26k mini Thursday thrill back in 2016, and then live it would have been GUKPT Reading last year. God, I can't even remember what it was. I don't know. Somewhere around 8-9k, I think, maybe more. Actually, yeah, I think it was just over 9k. Yeah, just over 9k. So live, it's just over 9k. 4th in the main event, GUKPT Reading last year, and then online mini Thursday thrill for $26,000, I believe it was. With bounties, that was, I think it was about 11k in cash, and then the rest in bounties. But I don't actually play tournaments, believe it or not. I'm not a tournament player. Last year I sort of just took a break from the cash game scene and played a lot of GUKPTs, and it looks like we've lost Matt. Didn't catch the hand, sorry guys, but Matt has been eliminated. But yeah, I had a dabble in 2016 in a few European tours, and sort of realised that I couldn't play tournaments that high stake. So dropped down some stakes, played some GUKPTs last year and had some alright results. So that was it, and now I'm here. Night, Gary. See you tomorrow. Night, Matt. So Joseph moving all in here. Sorry, not Joseph. Keep making that mistake. Seat 7 moves all in with the ace queen. So Joe's got the ace queen. Seat 7's moved all in. I'm not sure what's happening with the stream at the moment, guys. I'll see if we can get that sorted.
You want me to guess how many cash tables there are?
How many cash tables, Tower?
No, I didn't ask that. So do you want to guess how many cash tables there are? 33. 33.
33. Remember this lock tower, there's just been back-to-back all-ins and now another one, and there's no cards coming up, and can't actually catch the hand. Sorry, Hodges, can't actually get the hand back now, so not sure what's happened there.
The action tracker's lost connection or something like that?
Maybe that's the case. Maybe our action tracker's just lost connection. It may take a few minutes for him to get back on. Let's just catch up with the chat box. Luke, I do this as well now. I do a bit of writing in Bluff Europe, strategy column in there. Just recently started doing that, and I play cash games as well. So if you can class that as that, then I'd say yes. But I technically do this as well now, so maybe not. Depends how you want to take it. But I play cash most days, day in, day out when I'm not commentating. Almost every day. No problem, Lee. Here to help. Any questions you have, just fire them my way, and I'll do my best I can to answer them.
33 cash tables with waiting lists.
Unbelievable.
414 in the Joker's Wild, and we are down to 195 in the main event.
So we have lost quite a few.
So we didn't think we'd get to less than 200, do we?
Nope. So, Stalag, if I want to queue for alternates list, can I wait inside the casino from tonight, or will be asked to go outside and wait for hours? No, you can wait in the casino all night if you want, Stalag. It's 24 hours when the Goliath's on. So if you want to sit in the casino and play cash all night and get up at 6 in the morning and start queuing, by all means.
Yep.
£150 an hour times 33. Luke, it's usually around double the buy-in, so usually a bit under that. So I'll probably say somewhere around 220. 220 would be my guess.
If only it were that simple, Tony. If only everything was plain and simple, ABC. The estimated price pool, I'm guessing, will be something around about 730,000, maybe 740.
It keeps going up, your guess, Tower.
My guess was 6,695,000.
Yeah, mine on
initially.
Saturday. Mine on Saturday, I guess 7,466 runners, so 746,000.
Not a chance it's getting to 825.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
No chance.
We won't know until.
It'll be around, for example, if we do get around 7,300 runners, it's usually just over 10% of the field, so probably be somewhere between the 800 and 900 places paid, Sam.
I'm guessing with all the pies Tony's had, he's probably had about 4 bottles of milk by the last few texts he's just been sending. Sweepstakes.
Yeah, I wish we did do a sweepstake now. I think I'd be in the running.
I think I'd be out of pocket.
We should have done our £5 over how many runners per hour.
I'd have lost money.
I'd be off to the Bahamas next week.
Absolutely. No, that's including all the entrants for tomorrow. It's just the alternates to add on to. So the prize pool can only now increase by the number of alternates that play on Friday. Will the queue be inside from 6 a.m? No. I'm not going to say no for definite, but no.
Still, yeah, just if you stand at the casino and that's what you want to do to make sure you get your seat and you load down on the alternates list. Just there'll be a queue sort of forming near the cash desk early morning around, I don't know how early it could be.
He's probably going to lead. I'm going to jam. Do you want to get it in versus him? I didn't have a drop, but he had quite a chance. In fact, he had the cover, didn't he? Yeah, so again, he's probably going to get 200 guys.
The action tracker was out for a couple of hands, that's what we got told. And yes, it comes back, it just crashed. And then went connecting and then just comes back. So it does come back.
How many roughly for day 2 do you reckon got through on Sunday? I'd say around...
On Sunday?
I'd say around 1,100.
That's for Saturday.
Yeah, but how many coming back for day 2? He got through on Sunday.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, around about 1,100.
Yeah, between 1,000 and 1,100 would be my guess, Rich. So unpredictable, though, these tournaments of how many are going to get through.
540 so far. Plus today's, that's just under 740. It could be less.
Yeah, it could be less, actually.
It could be around about 1,000. The straight flush on the flop is 150 to 1, says Luke. And well done for making day 2, if you've made it.
Flip and goals tomorrow?
Yes. Only 9:30 till 10.
Early finish, Tower.
Thanks. Does that mean a late finish? Does that mean a late start or not?
Yeah, no pros. Well, no Grosvenor the pros made it through yet. They're all playing tomorrow, though.
Yeah,
every single one of them.
They've all been playing the...
Joker's Wild. Is Ian still in? Ian Bryan still in?
Yeah.
Yes.
No way.
Yeah.
Imagine the price you would have got on that. After
500?
Yeah, more than that, and the rest.
Still in. Jeff Kimber got knocked out. Queens against 5 Joker. And the board ran out in favour of the...
all you need is an ace,
Joker.
a king or a pair on the board and you're good. You basically, Jeff needs to hit a queen there against 5 Joker, otherwise it's not going to be doing too well.
Nim's all in for the final chips. The action tracker does correct itself. How are we doing, Check Norris? Still the best. Check Norris. I think that was an online username, wasn't it, on one of the poker sites? Check Norris. Because they had Paul Openfold as well.
Paul Openfold.
Which is very clever. Oh, we got a call. Neem is all in. My seat 2 has called as well. 10-7 to win. Julius has ace jack. Good luck, fish. So Neem's all in with the 10-7. Julius has ace jack. Who wins?
I'm going to go with ace jack.
Okay.
We got backdoor clubs. That is a possibility still. Still not drawing dead.
No,
Okay, now we're drawing dead. So that will be that for Neem. And she'll be heading home and maybe she'll have another bullet tomorrow. But unlucky for her. She might have some chips back, actually.
Yeah.
Very close.
Checking the stacks. Tony, it was a nice atmosphere of the tables on Monday. Are you back tomorrow, Tony?
So if he shoves on you, I don't shove, and he shoves, you call.
If I raise, I don't think you shove, that's what I was saying.
No, but I'm saying, if I'm not in his hand and he shoves, you call him off.
I don't call, no.
Yeah? Thank you, good luck.
See you later.
Not sure. Yeah, you could have in the APAC games. Are the APAC here over the weekend? I've not seen none of the APATers.
I think...
is Lee Wiltshire still involved?
I'm not involved in or know anything about APAT, to be honest with you,
Is
Tower.
Lee Wiltshire still involved with the APAT?
Don't know much
I've not
about
seen
it.
Des Duffy for ages neither. We played the team event in Blackpool 2 years ago. We were the best team at the bar by a mile. Tony's not on his way back tomorrow. Yes, it'll be rather busy tomorrow. Very busy indeed. Some tables are a little bit tighter than others. If you could sit on the feature table for 10 hours, then that'd be cool.
Yeah, would it?
Yeah, the old Czech Norris.
So, last level of the day, guys. Got
It is
about
indeed.
just over half hour left of coverage.
2.5, 5.
Everyone's been great today in the chat box again, making our days a lot easier here in Coventry. And tomorrow's the big one, the biggest day, one, and it's going to be absolutely packed in here. Well, not in this room, I hope, but in the Ricoh Arena. So John, moving all in over and open from the button with pocket sevens, perfectly fine with his stack. Gets it through.
There's two guys, two brothers.
Is anybody bagging?
Just one man to go.
I got through first bullet on Sunday, but bubbled. I'm just having a read. Bubbled to win the button was so fun though, but hated the aggressive nit sat second right to me, of course. That's the first time I think I've ever heard of an aggressive nit, Greg. Good luck Saturday, Greg, mate. Hope it all goes well. Night, Pete. See you soon. Yes, Jody, the alternates list will start around 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Yeah, it will.
Queues will be formed way before that, though, I can assure you. People wanting to get in as early as possible. To be honest, if you're the first in the queue, you'll be in with your seat within the first 20 minutes, I can assure you. We'll definitely have 10 bust outs within the first 20 minutes in this tournament, just because of the amount of tables running.
False alarm, wrong deal.
I'm sure that's fine, bro.
I've seen it. Matthew Matanga. Some Matanga.
Yeah, I like this a lot from Dan. Like it a lot. He's got 12 bigs jamming over and open with Queen 10 of clubs. It's taking these shove spots, these 3-bet shove spots. They can be very profitable because a lot of the time they get through, and when they don't get through, the equity you have is usually quite good. Unless they're just super nutty, which is going to be unlikely, but usually a lot of the time you're going to have at least 30%, but in this case you can see it's basically a flip. So Dan going to need to find a Queen, 10 or Jack now. 5 on the turn, so just going to need to avoid a Queen, 10 or Jack, and we're going to lose one, and it's a King. So we're going to lose Dan Purvis in seat 5 from the tournament, and the 7's hold, and that's another one down, another one bites the dust.
You'll accept an exit joker as well. Finish ahead your own, please.
Right, Dino.
1,500, 3,000, Raman Gandhi 500.
So Julius with the sevens now. Raises it to 12k. Martin with Queen 10 in the big blind. He's got 236k, so we expect him to defend here, as he does. So heads up to this flop. He's got the sevens of Julius and the Queen 10 off of Martin. Flop of 8 Jack Deuce. 2 overs to the sevens. Queen 10 with a gut shot to the nuts. Goes check check. And there is the nuts on the turn. Perfect turn card for the Queen 10 of Martin. And now he's going to bet, and going to be hard for the sevens to continue on this board. 3 overcards and very, very wet. But they do make the call. And a tray of diamonds on the river. We can comfortably value bet this with the Queen 10 now. And you just expect the sevens to get out of the way. Diamond draws have now got there. There's not really much we beat. We beat hands like 10x hands that semi-bluff turn, but that's about it. Maybe some clubs that semi-bluff turn, but there's just too much we lose to in that spot. He can comfortably thin value bet all Jack X there, Martin, as well, because of the flop action. Well done, Ken, winning the free roll. Congratulations. Summoner Sizzler seat coming your way. Yeah, this tournament, Tony, it's a very hard field to navigate and get through. No matter how good you are, you have to go. There's just so many unique players in the field, the pros, and even find it difficult to get through day one. Reason being that people take lines that they're just not used to. They take these erratic lines that can be quite difficult to play against. Yeah, long term they're going to be losing for them, but coming up against them sometime it can be very difficult to play against. Jay Tower, worst beat you've had. Tower, what's the worst beat you've ever had? Bad beat?
Oh, every time I play.
Every time he plays. God, I've had so many, Luke. Probably the worst one, or most recent one, cash game. All goes in pre-flop, aces versus kings, about 4k pot. Run it twice, king on the turn both times, so that was pretty brutal, hard one to take. And I'd done something that I hate at the poker table at the time as well. I got up and I took a photo. I'd never do it, but that time I just had to. I had to send it to my mates, otherwise no one would have believed me. Yeah, so that was a tough one to take, but it happens. It's poker. It's we know the risk we take when we play the game.
No, thank you.
I'm fine, thank you. I've eaten so much
Ken Louis
bad food
has just
today.
won the free roll. Boom. Well done, young man. £115 Summer Sizzler token on the way. Well done.
And if you're watching Jamie Boovy, I know you're probably not, but you run too good.
Get many bad beats. I had jacks against kings all in pre-8, no on the flop. In the last 25 I played, set of jacks on the flop, all in, guy a king, pair of kings, yeah, obviously, king, boom, not really a bad beat, but you know.
I had one on last Monday actually. It weren't a big part, it was about...
Cheers, Check Norris is on the way. Thanks for tuning in.
Cheers, Check. Cheers for tuning in. We'll...
All the Black Country Poker crew will be on the way tomorrow.
Yeah, I won the other week, Luke, in a little cash game. It was about £700 pot, all in on the flop. King Jack versus pocket fives on a Jack 8-5 board. I actually go to Matt. I go, do you want to run it twice? I've got bottom set, and he goes, no, I'm basically drawing dead. It comes Jack 8, so we usually always run it twice between us two, like all the time. So, but that was a pretty sick one as well, the old 2% job. But it happens, that's poker, it's part of the game.
Yeah.
We're all aware of you get unlucky from time to time, but then people sort of have selective memory in this game. They remember the bad beats, but they seem to forget about the times they get lucky and they hit the 1 outer and the 2 outer on the river.
Mine says, what time do I need to be there if you've already got a seat? They're doing a special announcement tomorrow morning that they'd like everybody in the seats for around about 10:15 for a 10:30 announcement. Players will be getting called in at 10:15 and advised to sit down just a few minutes earlier than normal. The queue outside will probably be huge because you need a wristband to get in, so the security know that you've been in and around all day and not just wandering about. Give yourself a bit of time, maybe get here for about 9:30, and hopefully the queue's not too bad.
Yeah, I know, Mel, not as bad as yours. Mel, last year in the Goliath, got it in with kings. Flop came king 3-3. Pocket tens comes 10-10.
That is as tough as it gets.
Yeah. Could have came 3-3 though, Mel, for the chop. Just saying.
Tony's on the Melvick.
Tony in the chat box.
Tony.
Funny as ever.
Yeah, 420 entries, so about 5.5.
Any big chip stacks?
Yeah, Ian Bryan's chip leader.
No, he's plus two.
Oh, is he out?
Yeah,
What bounties are still in?
Alex Kidd and Andy Hills. Alex Kidd, I expect they each plus their stacks, so they can go. And then Andy Hills can win, obviously.
Andy Hills will win it.
Yeah.
I like him winning. Alex decent.
Yeah, I said to him, like, you need to punch a stack, mate. He's like,
Funny,
he's had a few beers, so he just absolutely buzz it. So he might win it.
He'll be 4.5 better.
You can't win if you go, so it's just
Let him win it. Let him at least final. That's the post.
Put the money to a chosen charity and it'll look so much better.
Yeah, then that's what would happen.
Before I go, guys, I had an instant on Sunday where I played a hand down to the river with a guy sat in seat 3 and I was in seat 9. I had bet the river with the nuts and he was in the tank, eventually threw his hand down face up and I threw mine in face down as you would. He apparently called, but I obviously didn't hear him and neither did the dealer or most people apart from the guy sat next to him. Luckily my hand hit the chips in the middle and knocked them up, but he really should have threw a chip in, possibly. Yeah, when you sort of call in on rivers, if you are going to announce it verbally, try and be loud. If you're going to be quiet, people aren't going to hear you. But yeah, I'm a one-chip guy. I'll throw a one-chip guy in with call. I know some people don't like it, but I'm sort of part of that younger poker generation that like to throw one chip in as a call. So yeah, at least throw a chip in maybe, especially if he's a quiet guy and it may not be too easy to hear him.
Glad he got sorted.
I think the ruling on that, Greg, is if two other players at the table, the dealer didn't hear, but if two other players at the table can clarify that he called, then the call will stand. What's your Twitter? Twitter, what, my personal Twitter? I'm assuming you're asking for, I bet you bet. If it is, it's, I'll put it in the chat box for you, but it's _justj___. So
make it easy, why don't you?
Yeah, I know. Or you can just search Jay Harwood and it should be the top one.
Tony's just finished the joke. Tony's just finished. He says he wouldn't mind, but now he has to go. Now he has to go to the garage for the milk.
He wouldn't.
Cheers, Tom. See you tomorrow. John Perkins is down to play some cash tomorrow. Cheers, buddy. Thanks for tuning in most of the day.
Cheers, John. Thanks, everyone. We've got about 20 minutes left of the day.
We have 20 minutes, and then that is it. So 20 minutes to go this evening. "20 minutes to go this evening. Thanks for tuning in all day yet again. Another great stream. We've got about 20 minutes. We'll have a certain number of hands to deal and finish the end of the night. What about the dealer looking like Sam Holden in the olden days? We'll see you Saturday, Greg. Well done for making day 2. The high roller is on Saturday at 7 p.m. £335 comp, 2-day event, 25,000 stack, and it's like a 25. It's a 40-minute clock all the way through to the break, and then 35 minutes afterwards. It's a fantastic structure. Am I doing the online free roll flip outs tomorrow? Yes, they'll be there from 12.
I'll be in them.
We're also doing the live flip and goes tomorrow morning. We've ended up with an all-in and the call. Kyle's got a set of 4s and can't lose. Tom, he's going to be down to about 50k.
Wow, this is a huge pot. Huge pot.
Kyle's going to be down to about.
It's like you're not actually. It's like you're not actually doing anything.
Just check the stacks.
It's like someone got you off the street and just put you in
Kyle, he's going to have chumps, and Tom is down to about 60,000. In fact, is that fumes? It is. It's a lot less than what we said. It's about 4,000 by the looks of that.
Once again, players in the Joker's Wild, at the end of this level, there will be a 15-minute break.
So we're going to deal for about 20 minutes or so, and then the stream will be complete for today. Cheers, Tony. Night, Mum. See you tomorrow, Gail. Horse tips and footy tips accepted. We'll be doing a Towers treble on Saturday. That's what we'll be doing on Saturday.
Cheers, I'm a Soul Crusader. Good luck tomorrow. Hope the poker gods are with you and you make it through for Saturday. Cheers, Tony. See you tomorrow and over the weekend. Night, Mum. I know you must be bored without me telling jokes every other second in the house, but I'm sure you're getting by. Or when I'm there, when I come to visit.
Some shite up there, use like that. Mortality rate, average age must be like the death mortality must be like 42 or something like it. Iron Brew.
Towers treble. Yeah, the Towers treble will be there for Saturday, the start of the brand new football season.
Tom getting his last, not even a big blind in with Queen 10. Ollie King Jack and Victor Ace 9. So could potentially get a triple up here.
It's even funny when he's on the drink.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Good.
You commentating?
Right, we are live to the world.
Fantastic.
182 it said on the board when we had a wander round. See how many are left when the chip count's coming. Yeah, House Local said that already through with 200k. Average stack. Bang on average stack we ring. Look at that for a flop. Oh, you got to play some Iron Maiden when you get home. The number of the beast. 666. The number of the beast. Better 10. Tom with a Queen 10 is short. 3,000 chips are all in.
Yep, so
it needs to hit.
Victor takes the side, but Tom take a pot of 15k if he can win this. Almost a quintuple up.
No such word.
Google it.
Queen and a 10 needed. Chop it up.
Chop it up.
Chop it up. We never thought about that bit.
No, I wasn't even thinking about the 3 on the river. I was looking for the Queen or the 10. So chop that one up, he's still in. So he's effectively doubled up there. He's still got his tournament life. Has the number of hands been called yet, Tower?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not Yettingtons.
See you later, gents.
See you later.
You first set it up, you used the mic stand. Any idea where it is now?
Well, Vicky, you can always go back and watch it. That is always a option. Good evening. Come to join us for around the last 15 minutes.
Hey. Do you know the most active tweet we had this week, Andy?
Guys?
Me being asleep.
You've been in it?
I've done all day.
No, you're having to scrub.
No, you're having to scruff. You tidy up at the end of every day.
So Tom getting his 1.5 bigs in this time with Queen 5.
Please pause the clock. Please pause the deal. After this hand, we'll be dealing a certain number of hands.
Ollie's ISO'd with the ace-3 in the small. Don't know what John's thinking about here with Queen Jack. After the ISO, it's just a standard fold. But he's having a little tank up, not sure why. But eventually goes into the muck. So Tom could get a triple up here.
Yes.
And he's splitting his equity 2 ways, so he's in a spot where it could potentially happen.
Are we rooting for Tom?
Well, I don't even think Tom's rooting. I don't think even Tom's rooting for Tom if he's going to have another bullet tomorrow. Because if he doubles up here at 23k, I'm guessing he'll just be jamming every single one of the last 4 hands.
We are playing 4 more hands.
Well, he's only got 2 outs now, or backdoor diamonds. So just a queen.
Is Tom going to see it?
And it's a 4. That would have been a better turn card for a bit of a sweat. But Tom going to lose him from the tournament, and we are down to the last 4 hands of the evening, guys.
Here we are.
Thanks to everyone today. It's been a great day, and we're back tomorrow. Live coverage kicks off at 11:30 in the morning. We'll bring you another 16 levels, and I can promise you tomorrow is going to be a big one.
It sure is.
No side events tomorrow, guys, either. Just bear that in mind, because of the amount of people we are expecting through the door haven't got the capacity to run any side, so it will just be the main event tomorrow if you are heading down. But if you are heading down and you're not playing the main, we've had over 35 cash tables running today at one point, so come and play some cash. There'll definitely be a game for you, I can guarantee it. A young meatloaf, says Vicky in the old dealer's chair. So Victor opening under the gun +1 with the King 6 of diamonds. Obviously widening his range, taking advantage of the last 4 hands, thinking people are just going to want to bag up and get to day 2. So this is perfectly fine at this stage of the day. If you believe people are going to be overfolding now, you can start opening a lot wider, try and pick up them blinds and antes, and at this stage of the day, getting a still through, it's worth a lot to your stack. Flop of 10 and 9 tray, 2 diamonds. Victor should be continuing here, flopping the second nut flush draw with a marginal hand. And he does, and I think Carl will just get out of the way with the pocket 5s now. It looks like he's going to get... Looks like he's going to get stubborn, but he's elected to raise, and Victor's not going anywhere with his second nut flush draw, I can assure you of that.
Sure you saw Pink dealing last night. Yeah, you're on one of the outer tables.
Turn is a jack, so it just gets worse for the 5s. Check from Victor, and back to Carl in C8. He checks behind, so to the river, and it's a 10. So is Victor going to bluff at this? When Carl raises the flop here, from Victor's perspective, when he's raising the flop, he sort of hands like, for value it's hands like 10-9 suited, sets of 3s, sets of 9s, sets of 10s, them sort of hands. But for bluffs, he's got a lot of bluffs as well. He's also got flush draws. We don't have the ace of diamonds, so he can potentially have nut flush draws. He can have hands like Jack Queen, up and down, 8-7 suited. Jack 8 suited, but maybe he wouldn't peel that against an early position open, so we probably can't give him that. And, it's gone check, check.
Open fold. Oh, check? I thought it was not. I thought it was, yeah, no bet.
Yeah, it's just gone check, check, and the 5s are going to take that one down. So,
2 more hands.
And what I was going to say, with all them value hands, you expect him to barrel the turn. So as soon as he checks back the turn, he's either sort of got a super nutted hand like King Queen of Diamonds, which he can't have because we've got the King of Diamonds in our hand, or sort of a bluff like Jack Queen that's picked up a pair, or just an airball like he had with the pocket 5. So maybe there is merit to lead in there on the river, but also you've got the fact it's the end of the day. Does he really want to bluff 100k into a pot and get snapped off by Queen Jack? It's the fact if your opponent can potentially fold that hand as well. That's the problem. And some players have been raising, well I say some, quite a lot of players have been raising top pair in this tournament, and top pair on the flop was a 10, and 10 came on the river, so he could quite plausibly have 10x as well, so maybe not. firing was down to that.
Oh, Jody busted 3 levels from the end.
Unlucky Jody.
Not won a £20 last longer. I don't know who with, but well done. Get to the bar.
Kings for Victor raises it up yet again after just opening the King 6 diamonds. Gets called from Kyle with the pocket 8, so the same 2 players going at it again. Deja vu. Here we go. Both Carl and Victor going at it again. This time both players with legitimate hands. Flop of 10-9-6. Kings of Victor expect to continue here. As he does.
Yeah, not the best flop for 2 black 8s, is it?
No,
even though we've got the gutter ball.
We have position, we have a gut shot, we have a pair.
And we're calling.
And it can be the best hand some of the time when our opponents opens like their broadways. And
Oh,
their
it is now.
Yeah.
Bish, bash, bosh.
And got a problem here for Victor as well, because you can't really give your opponent credit for too much 7x after calling an under the gun open. The only 7x he should really have after calling the flop bet is pocket 7s. And he's not going to call them all the time, I'm sure. So we're getting a bit of trouble here, Victor. He's always going to check this turn. But when Carl barrels, what would be going through my mind is...
I think he could be good enough to let this go in. Even though it's only 25 to call. 25 into 75.
Yeah. I don't think he's folding turn. I just don't think he's folding turn. He might just, because it's the back end of the day, don't want to bleed off any no chips. He might wait for a better spot, but personally, I don't think he's folding.
No.
Just for the fact of the matter, when Victor bets his turn, he's pretty much repping flushes and 7x. That's it. They're sort of the only hands he's repping, and but in this case, he does have a set as well. Sets in his range, I guess, and 4 on the river. I'd really like to see the pocket 8s go for value on this river as well. I'd really like to see Carl go for value, just for the fact of the matter, the way the hand's played. The set here is almost always the best hand. Victor opening under the gun, he shouldn't ever really have any 7x, and the sort of demeanour he had on the turn, you can sort of rule out nutted hands as well. Just picking up on the way he acted when he was calling the turn bet. And he does check. Yeah, would like to see a really thin value bet there, something around the 40k mark, just because the way the hand's played. We've pretty much always got the effective nuts there. You expect Victor to continue all his flush draws on the turn. He doesn't really have any 7x, and if he does, you expect him to continue them on the turn out of position. So I know there's 4 to a straight and 3 to a flush out there, but sort of looking at it from a range perspective, I think we can comfortably value bet our set on the river there with pocket 8. It's a really small size.
Last stand. Last stand of the evening.
Is it not the penultimate?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've only played 2. It's been both Carl and Victor in both the hands.
Oh, okay. 2 to go.
I'm pretty sure it's 2.
It's 2 to go. Either way, thanks one and all.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
Starved. How many guys are coming to play? Guys and girls are going to be coming down to Coventry to play tomorrow. If you are, wherever you are coming from, safe journey. We'll be in situ doing the flips from 9:30.
Julius all in, King Jack of Diamonds for 16 big blinds, under the gun +2. Folded all the way to the blinds. And that will be that. So this is going to be the last hand, guys.
Yeah, indeed. The dealer just said, yeah, last hand.
Thanks everyone for...
Somebody said it looked like a young meatloaf.
Yeah, that was Vicky that said that. So thanks for today, everyone. We will be back tomorrow.
We will.
From 11:30, stream kicks off for the final day one here in Coventry for the Goliath 2018. Prize pool already huge, exceeded the 680,000 mark already, and still one day to go. So dependent on how many ultimates we get tomorrow, we should smash the 7,000 mark, but probably end up somewhere between the 7,200 and 7,400 region.
Absolutely incredible turnout yet again. Thanks, Vicky. Sleep well, and we will see you tomorrow. Good night. Please, don't have nightmares. Sleep well. Good night. That was John. Was it John Ross? Crime Watch. That's what he used to say at the end of the night.
Ollie's raised it up. Victor going to call with sixes. Carl's going to get away with the 10 deuce. Okay, no, he's not. He's going to call. He has got over $500,000, I guess. Wants to flick it in and see one more hand.
Let's flick it in with the old 10 deuce. The Doyle Brunson. Does it win the last hand?
Well, I think the sixes win the last hand. I'm going to go out there and say the sixes win this one.
Ollie could get a little bit giddy. Could lead out, see where he is.
I like a check behind here with the King Jack flop top pair. Yeah, we can continue, but with middle pair, sort of all the ASECs are going to continue against us, and we can check back for deception as well. So it may incline people to fire bluffs later on down the road, but he does fire 17k, and the six is cool. This is sort of a strategy you do see a lot from experienced players as well in three-way pots, even heads-up pots, sort of checking back the middle pair in position on flops. And that's a delicious turn card for... sorry, I thought it was King Jack of Diamonds, so it doesn't change anything. King Jack is now officially drawing dead. Expect Ollie to always check behind now after being called on the flop, as he does. Look like a 10 on the river. Oh, sorry, a queen. My eyes are great.
The paint on the river. I thought it was a king when he flipped it over. I thought, well, here we go.
So Victor's going to go for value now, and Ollie's got a really easy fold. This is actually a really good river card for Ollie, in the fact of the matter, if you think of Victor's calling range from the small blind on the flop, he does have a lot of ace-x, and sort of hands that aren't made hands are Broadway draws, so king, queen, queen 10, and jack 10, and queen 10, sorry, queen 10. And they now make a pair, and the pairs you expect them to check call, and the straights obviously they're going to lead. So when he leads here for value, I think as Ollie, we've got a pretty easy fold. The only sort of other bluff he can plausibly have is turning sort of 6x into a bluff. Had like 6-7 of spades that had a backdoor flush draw on the flop, and now he's turning that into a bluff. So, but I don't think that would be the case very often. So I think as Ollie here, we've got an easy fold, and I think he will come to the right decision. Just we don't beat anything now. Sort of the unmade hands that called us on the flop have now even made a pair or a straight, and he does let it go. And that's it, guys. Thanks for today. Been another great day. Here's what Tower said at the end.
Out of the 1,360 players that played today, Aidan and Matthew Matranga, brothers, this is the first one of them, as one of the chip leaders on 750,000-ish, and his brother is second in chips. Has anybody heard a story like that? We'll leave them to it because they're still carrying on. There's over 20 tables in play. As you can see, the room is still so busy. It is so busy. They have finished for the evening. It's good to see some faces we know. It's good to see a lot of new faces that we never see apart from the Goliath. We don't see the players playing all the big events, but it's so good to see. Numbers yet again. We're going to, as we just come to the table, the numbers yet again, 180-ish have made it through, giving us over 750 for day 2 as it stands at this moment in time. We already know that tomorrow is full. We already know that the alternate list starts at 9 a.m. If you're coming into the casino, what's Lawrence hiding for? This guy's a legend. This guy's an absolute legend, making day 2 with nearly 300,000 as well. The alternate list will start at 9 a.m. in the cash desk, at the cash desk. Come through, get yourselves in. I think the alternates today was something like 550. So if you're on the list, you will get in. But it is going to be another big day. It's going to be breaking all records. What will the final number be? We will tell you at some point tomorrow. Enjoy the day. We're back at 11:30. Thanks to you lot yet again. We keep saying it every single day. Chat box, thanks ever so much. But the Matrangas, 2 chip leaders, brothers on opposite ends of the room, you couldn't write it. We'll see you for the final day 1 tomorrow, starting on the stream from 11:30.